Hi, and welcome to the Week 6 preview. I'm Amy Erickson, here instructor for GM 623. I wanted to go over thesis statements because you'll be working on that this week. A thesis statement is the answer to your research question, okay? Authors Connell and Soul give a thesis statement checklist in their textbook, Essentials in College Writing, and I think it's pretty valuable to share here. The first item on the checklist is my thesis statement is one complete sentence, not a sentence fragment or a question. That's something that students do quite a bit. They confuse a research question with a thesis statement, so they will write a thesis question, which is not acceptable, okay? Number 2 on the checklist, my thesis statement expresses one major idea. 3, my thesis statement names the topic and asserts something specific about it. And 4, my thesis statement summarizes the main points made in the body of my paper. Okay, so if you've created a thesis statement and you can answer yes to all of those items on the checklist, great. And if not, consider revising your thesis statement. I'm happy to help you with that if you like. If you want, I'm going to show you a few examples here. So let's imagine someone wants to use this thesis statement. I will examine pesticide use in this paper. Well, you can see how that's a poor thesis statement because pesticide use is a massive topic and something that you would want to definitely narrow down for one thing, but you don't give the audience any idea of the direction for your paper with that statement. You don't assert anything specific about it. Okay, so what about should farmers use pesticides in the Midwest? Well, that's another poor example of a thesis statement because it, again, doesn't state anything specific, and it's also in the form of a question. Okay, and if you see your classmates doing this in the discussion forum, you can tell them, hey, check out the video. We discuss how a thesis statement can never be a question. Okay, because I do see this quite a bit. So how would you change it? So can you think of how you could make a stronger thesis statement out of this? And you can obviously do this now because you've conducted research. So after examining studies in the databases, I learned about pesticide residues, health concerns, and produce quality in the Midwest. So I'm going to create a thesis statement that says, alternate methods of pest control should be explored in the Midwest on account of health complications and food quality issues caused by pesticides. So you can see how that adheres to the checklist and asserts something specific and gives you an idea of the direction of this paper. So if you need more help with that, pages 207 to 209 in your PalmQuest text has a series of questions that can help you to define your thesis statement. Some students find that really, really helpful to kind of go through and hash it out. The Ashford University Thesis Generator is another site that a lot of students enjoy. It will ask you to type in your ideas and it will generate a thesis statement for you. Again, I'm always happy to help you with this. Okay, next you're going to do the peer review this week, and it's really, really important, and you'll notice I've given an extended deadline because I feel this is really important and I want you to dedicate the kind of time that's necessary to help your partner out. So remember, there's a peer review feedback worksheet in week 6. If you don't know how to do track changes, I've put a link to a YouTube video there because track changes allows you to give precise feedback exactly where the paper needs it. And I find that more helpful than just saying at the end of a paper, hey, there were a lot of spelling errors in your paper, or sometimes your APA formatting is off. Using the track changes lets them know exactly, hey, this may need a better transition. Hey, I don't understand this acronym here. Could you define it, please? Not sure if this APA formatting is correct. Double check, that sort of thing. So use the track changes and then also include a summary at the end. I gave you an example of a really strong peer review feedback assignment that was turned in so you can see what exceptional feedback looks like. So have a look at that. Finally, as you're writing your rough draft, here is the literature review assignment information that's going to be very important for you to see. You're going to start out with an introduction. You're going to go on to the background. As you know, some topics will need background because the information may be very specific to your line of work, your career, and you'll want to give a little bit of background as to why this is being researched. Review the literature. This is really important too. You're going to, as we talked about last week when we talked about synthesizing information, you're going to organize your paragraphs topically and not by article. Okay, so your paragraph will include multiple articles to prove your point or to prove a point. Okay, do not quote unless exact wording is necessary, and some of the paragraphs might be about a point that's not provable using the literature. Okay, cite everything that's not your own. We've been over that. One thing I keep seeing is people not using quotation marks when it's a direct quote. You still have to do that. Putting the in-text citation in is not enough. If it is a direct quote, you need quotations around it, okay? Um, in this part, in the review of the literature section, you do not cite your analysis of the literature. Um, so point out any limitations of your information, but do not comment extensively on these limitations at this point. This part of the paper is not about your opinion. This is only the facts that you found, and this section should be at least 5 pages. Okay? For some reason, this would not let me pull this other information up, so we're going to have a little blank page here, and then we'll go down to the discussion. Okay, and this is where you discuss how you can use this information to answer your research question. Okay, so that's going to be about a page long, and you probably won't have to cite a great deal during this section. The conclusion, you can demonstrate ways that your answer to your question is usable, and maybe your question was not able to be answered, and if so, maybe you can discuss future research and recommendations you would make. Okay, so please have a look at that. I've included this exact worksheet in with this video announcement so you can have a copy to examine while you're writing. Obviously, this will help you a great deal as you write and organize your rough draft. So have a wonderful week. If there's anything I can do to help you, please reach out to me. And I appreciate your continued dedication to this class. Have a great week.